And we update on Akwatia by-election. Na NPP candidate Solomon Asumadu ababedin komo. Na ya spotting no one of the polling stations that just say or in all white or ne Samia Wuku and I just say omo nama just say omo din komo nene or no one kasa so akasa on election I just say ekoso by election sign anyway si hono or ye confident say obewene and answer say wedi hu komo sounds na Samia Wuku and so edi hu enkomo environment Akwatia hono man kasa the same in the situation no is it atmosphere na kasa no to say yes I say every NPP parliamentary candidate Solomon Asumadu nensemo de tudwa ene chese enkitawudi a oni omo mokoto aba ni omo around no oni omo have a
satisfied with the process so far.
For now I'll say yes.
For now. Okay, so you are the candidate, you've campaigned, gone around the constituency to campaign. Do you think that today the voters in Akwatia will give you the mandate?
Exactly, because we've worked very hard and we know the people of Akwatia constituency is going to reward us for our good work.
Okay, even though polls suggest that you will lose because the polls suggest that your opponent will lose.
Let's just finish.
Okay, so Solomon Owusu is the NPP parliamentary candidate for...
Oh yeah, okay. Me and the back. Sir, one fire mouth, the Pia, Papa, we one fire mouth.
Samira and order.
They say after this, I come. Yeah, down both. Yes, sir. Hey. Oh, politics.
away from a Solomon Asumadu nensemo de tudwa NHS sene o hesene wo sene amanfo etidi nkomo omo munye nkoto omo ba omo mato omo ba ono mu di nkomo e wo honom kama yenko Samia Wuku enso edi nkomo on this by election eniema ekoso preparations ahead of a by election no sene eniema esi koso grounds no sesia
the process
it's been largely smooth. The polling stations that existed so far, we visited about 3 polling stations. It's been relatively peaceful, smooth, and so far. But it's early days here, and that's how by-elections always start. We are hopeful that with a heavy security presence in and within the Akwatia constituency, it should be orderly as we expected. Okay. We also hope that the police will play their role as the protectors of the process and not to become instruments of intimidation. We've had various allegations of vote buying, but it's very difficult to sometimes even get proof for these things, so I don't normally dwell on that. What we are concentrating our efforts on is to make sure we are vigilant as we're moving around with the candidate. He's just behind me and moving around with the candidate, and he's expressed some level of satisfaction with the process so far.
Okay, so it's early days yet, like you said, but at the close of poll, what are your expectations?
Well, by the close of poll, we expect that Akwatia constituency should do what is right and what is just by their conscience. Of course, I am biased. I am with the candidates, so I'm hoping that the NPP's parliamentary candidate Solomon Asumadu emerges victorious at the end of the day to replace my good old friend and following body.
So, are you still going to protect yourself as your party is making counts like this?
All I can comment on is that so far we've seen the heavy deployment of security. We are hopeful that they will do what is right and protect the process.
Okay, so Solomon, you are the candidate. Tell us your participation.
That was just on a lighter note when I referred to it, but it gives the candidate that psychological push and push. Every candidate on the day of elections, I'm here to see, even though the MPP has a party, we are in a morning period because of our lost and fallen body. We believe that today, of all days, being the day the candidates is on the ballot, even though we campaign in morning slot, psychologically today, we hope that we should be in a bright time.
You think that the process of Akwatia will reward your candidate?
I'm very confident. I've seen quite some impressive signals on the ground. But Akwatia is not one of our strongest, but Akwatia is where the candidate is from. And many of the houses that we visited, the signal they give me is that I put them. This is where that's what they keep telling me. So if he's able to do well in Akwatia, hold the ground here in Akwatia, the NPP then consolidates his gains in Wenchi, in Kunamang, and other places. Takrasi is not that strong.
It's a 50-50. So how are you playing?
So you're looking at, you look at Kunamang, you look at and Wenchi and all those areas. We believe that we also do well in Dowona very well, and we hold down our base to Akwatia. So I'm confident that it will be an interesting election. I'm not intimidated by that at all. As for polls, it's a psychological feel-good exercise. But the best polls are the will come out at the end of the day.
But sometimes some of these polls, we
get
it right.
But they don't always get it right.
Yeah, but mostly,
but they don't always get it right. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. Semaoku says that it's going to be an interesting one.
Good morning, everyone. Just want to appreciate your involvement in this election. So far, I've visited, I think this is about the 12th station I'm visiting this morning, and everything is so peaceful. And all that I want.
You know, NHS Samuel Kunsu Sema Wadia Betuja, way a update, I just have a on a Dowona TV. Message of Bachelor, I'll comment section.